So this happened a year ago when I matched with this guy on Hinge. He looked normal, like too normal. Button-up shirt, nice smile, works in finance, that kind of vibe. We talked for about a week. He was polite, maybe too polite. But I just figured he was one of those guys that tries really hard to seem respectful. We finally agreed to grab dinner at this tiny Thai place near my campus. The second I sat down, I knew something was off. He didn't blink, like at all. I thought maybe it was just nerves, so I ignored it. But every time I looked up from my plate, he was already staring at me. And not in a "you're cute" kind of way. It was cold, studying. The conversation was weird too. He never asked questions, just made these comments like, "Your laugh is quieter than I expected. You tilt your head when you're lying. Your shoulders are tense. Are you scared of me?" I laughed nervously and said, "No, I'm fine." And he goes, "You blinked 4 times before you answered." Like he was keeping score or something. I made an excuse about having to meet a friend and asked for the check. He didn't react, didn't blink, just watched me the whole time I signed the receipt. When I got up to leave, he finally said something that stuck with me. "You shouldn't lie when you're this easy to read." I walked fast. I don't even remember what direction. I just kept walking until I hit a main road with lots of people. I checked my phone, and he'd already unmatched me on everything. I know that sounds harmless, but something about how he stared, how still he was, like he'd studied how to act normal and was almost doing it, still creeps me out. I have this feeling he didn't actually want a date. He wanted dated. Second story. I met this guy at a mutual friend's party. He was charming, dressed super clean, smelled expensive, the type that makes everyone else feel underdressed without trying. We went on 3 dates. They were fine, a little boring, honestly. But on the 4th date, he said something like, "I'm really glad you're the kind of girl who doesn't keep secrets." I didn't know what that meant, so I asked him to explain. He said, "I looked through your socials. No drama. No weird exes. That's good. I don't like mess." I kinda laughed it off. He was older than me by a few years, so I figured maybe he was just traditional or something. But after that night, I started getting texts at weird times, like, "Why are you still awake at 2:17? You smiled at that guy too much today. How come you didn't post lunch pics like you usually do?" He knew stuff I never told him. I got paranoid. I checked all my accounts, changed passwords, turned off location tags, but it kept happening. One night, I got home late, and he was sitting outside my apartment. Just sitting, in his car, lights off. He texted me, "Don't lie. I saw who dropped you off." I hadn't even gone on a date. I was with my cousin. I never spoke to him again after that. Blocked him everywhere. 2 weeks later, a package showed up at my door. No name. Inside was a phone. Just one text on it. "Try again. This time, be honest." I moved in with my sister that weekend. Story 3. This guy DM'd me on Instagram. Super polite, complimented my writing. I post poems sometimes, and didn't seem creepy at first. We talked in DMS for a couple weeks, then moved to texting. He always had these poetic responses, super sweet, almost too good to be true. I finally agreed to a video call. When I answered, it was a different guy, like, completely different. I asked who he was. He smiled and said, "I'm the one who's really been talking to you. I just didn't think you'd respond if you saw me." I was shocked. I asked why he lied, and he said, "I didn't lie. I gave you the version of me that deserved your attention." That call lasted 5 minutes. I hung up. But it didn't end. Over the next week, he sent me voice notes, sometimes whispering, sometimes crying. One night, I woke up to my phone vibrating nonstop. I had 47 missed calls, all from different numbers. The last message just said, "You're ungrateful. I was willing to be anyone for you." After that, I deleted everything. Socials, dating apps, email. I started over completely. I don't even post anymore. Okay. Fourth one. I met him through a coworker. He was really nice at first. The kind of guy who remembers tiny details and brings you your favorite candy for no reason. We dated for about a month. Then he started getting intense. He'd text constantly, not in a clingy way, more like he was tracking my mood. "You sound tired. You're not excited like yesterday. Why aren't you laughing like usual?" It wasn't cute. It felt like surveillance. Then, one night, I got a text from him that just said, "Stop pretending. That's it." I asked what he meant. He said, "I know you've been thinking about ending it. I can feel it." He was right. I had been, but I hadn't said a word. I told him I needed space. He didn't respond. The